Diane with Bolan-Beaty Boogie. I think the show's really fun this week. I actually asked Mark if he would talk about this topic because working with my guides is very important to me. And I thought it would be nice just to have some guides come on the show, talk about who they are, what their roles are, what they do. And it's not all serious. I mean, I joke around with my guides. We tease each other a lot. We take some things seriously, other things not so serious. And it's really improved my life working with them. I think I'm in like a much better idea about what I want to achieve, what my goals are, and I work with them because they assist me in doing it. And the guide relationship can be very complicated, can be very simple. It's an energy exchange, so they're helping us in this physical incarnation, and at some point we might help them as guides or do something for them in exchange. And for me, it's really important. I know very well a handful of my guides by name and what their roles are and what they help me with. I have other guides, we have other guides beyond that who come in temporarily or who come help us with something specific. But you do have kind of a core set of guides who you work with every day. And so we talk a little bit, or Mark talks a little bit on this show about how to get to know them, how the relationship works, what are their challenges they face, what do they really like about working with us. So I think it's a really interesting topic. I also wanted to mention, because my guide Richard is reminding me to do so, that Mark and I have a website, www.channelingmarc.com, and it's got some years and years of information about interviews we've done, travels we've taken. So if you have some time, check it out, and I hope you enjoy the show. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I made it. Hello, everyone. This is Mark. You may have known me as Marc Bolan from the rock band T-Rex. Right now I'm in spirit, obviously. But I'm speaking through Diane's body, and we do these. We do these very fun trans-channeling sessions. Once in a while. Yeah, because Spirit has a lot that they would like to say to you all, okay? And that's one of the reasons we're doing it. Okay, yes, and I do have a team here with me in Spirit, and a few interdimensionals who hang out and in the studio here and help me. Okay, well, let's get started on this session. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so last time we spoke to a few of your spirit guides, and Diane really liked that. And asked if we could do that again. Okay, so this show is going to be about spirit guides in general, what they do for you, what they but generally don't do for you. Okay, and then we're going to ask some of the viewers' guides. Yep, that's yours. Spirit guides to come forward and talk. Okay, and I think we have one of Diane's guides coming through as well. Yes, he's right here. He's very eager to talk about Diane. Okay, and he's laughing. Okay, yeah, snickering. Thank you, Richard. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're sure you probably all are familiar. It's early with the fact that you have spirit guides. Okay, maybe some of you don't believe it, don't feel it, don't groove with it, right? Okay, well you do. You do. Okay, so even if you don't believe it, they're there for you. Okay, and you have been communicating with them. Okay, now you may not be familiar with how that's happening. Okay, but I mean, of course, it's an idea will pop into your head. You'll think twice before doing something. Maybe you'll have a couple of choices in your life, and you'll think about one more versus another. Okay, things like that. Okay, so that could be, not necessarily, but more often than not, it's probably one of your guides helping you. Okay, now Okay, so what is the human guide relationship? Okay, exactly. Their name is a spirit guide. Okay, they are there to guide you. Okay, they are not there to tell you what to do. Right, that is up to you. They know what your plans are in that incarnation, in the physical life you're leading now. They know what your goals are because you've spent time before you came down talking with them very thoroughly. Okay, it's very well planned, documented. Okay, now that's not to say, okay, let's say you're down here and you, let's say you have a goal to be very wealthy. And, okay, let's say wealthy and a rock star, to use my own life as an example. Okay, so let's say that, okay, well, let's just do one. Let's just say a rock star. Okay, so you have options that will help you along that path. Okay, let's say, I don't know, you have a choice to do maybe your first gig at a pub. Okay, let's say, and instead you decide to go skiing or something like that. Something, so you're not really pushing yourself to, yeah, or you don't practice at all. All right. Well, with a rock star, maybe that doesn't matter. But, yeah, but in general, okay, well, yeah, of course I'm being facetious. I practiced all the time. So, no, but I'm saying, let's say you have a goal, you've been, yeah, for your whole life, you've been wanting to have this particular goal, yet you do nothing in order to bring that to your existence, right? Right. So your guides could just kind of nudge and say, well, maybe you should go practice, maybe you should do the gig at the pub, but you have your free will, okay? Okay, so yeah, your guides are not going to, they can't control you unless, well, there are, yeah, well, we can talk about that later, okay? Yeah, no, they're not going to control you, okay? They're not going to say, do this, do that. No, that's not their role. Their role is to guide you, okay, along this path that you wanted to do when you came down there before. But that's not to say, okay, well, maybe that was your goal or some goal like that, but you get down into the physical and you say, okay, well, that's not vibing with me. It's different down here than I remembered. Even though usually, yeah, you know pretty well what you're getting into, and yeah, you've researched it all, right? I chose to come in right after the Beatles because there was going to be a lull before there was going to be another really, really big band. And I took that space, and I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't know exactly in spirit who the big creative force was going to be coming out of England, but no. Yeah, you get particulars, but things can change. I knew it was going to be something like the Beatles, okay, and so I wasn't really surprised when that happened. Okay, so let's say. Yeah. So you decide, okay, well, I want to be wealthy instead, or I want to be a painter, or I want to be a stockbroker, something like that, And so they're going to, yeah, I mean, success in your own version, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean you make a lot of money. It doesn't, yeah. So there's success that you feel is going to be the most powerful for you, what's going to be the most important to yourself and your heart, your feelings, your emotions. And then maybe somebody came in who wanted to be, very Zen, or wanted to be part of a spiritual community. And then they decided to go in the other direction. Okay. So yeah. So even though you choose maybe a different path, a career path, usually your guides will still want you to keep the path of what's going to be honorable for you, okay? What's going to be important for you. That can come in many different forms, of course, right? So they are going to adjust. They are going to adjust, but keeping the core balance of what you feel is going to be most important to you, okay? Your core, your heart center. What is that? What is that to you, and how are you going to create that for yourself in this existence, right? Right. So they're going to adapt, okay? They are going to adapt to what you are doing. Sometimes maybe you didn't give a specific, okay? Maybe you just wanted to be not addicted to something in this life, or maybe you wanted to be very heart-centered, or maybe you wanted to devote your life to a charity project, or the climate, or whatever. Maybe you didn't get, yeah. I mean, you don't have to get specific. You could say, okay, this is what generally I want to spend my career or my life. Maybe you don't want to work. So it's all these things. It's all these things. Okay, so they're going to work with you the best they can to make sure that you are creating what you wanted. Okay, and maybe you come in, as I said, and change your mind, and that's up to you. That's up to you. That's part of why you were down here. Okay, to see what you want, what you don't want, and what feels good to you and what doesn't. Okay, okay. So yeah. So if you have like what, yeah. I'm getting to that now. Okay, so let's say, yeah, if you have some energies or some forces or some voices that are saying maybe something that's making you uncomfortable, okay, that's probably a different situation. Okay, that could be a lower energy type being in your space. Okay, so that may be something you would want to look into getting some help removing. Maybe not. That's up to you. Okay, I'm just putting that out there because, yeah, we've heard some people say, okay, my guide's telling me to do this, and blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe that's not your guide. Okay, maybe that's not a guide. Okay, maybe that's something else or somebody else. And no, we are not saying be cautious is what we're saying. Be cautious. Okay, and if it persists, or yeah, because there are energies out there who will take advantage of susceptible, energies, okay, or beings, okay, or people, right. So just be on the lookout and be cautious, and yeah, if it feels uncomfortable, maybe find somebody who can assist you, okay, in getting that out of there, if that's what you want, okay. So let's talk about how guides go about this, other than what we've already talked about, okay? And your relationship with guides, okay? So let's say, okay, well, you're listening to me now, and you're saying, well, Mark, that sounds great. I've heard that before, and we've talked about on the show how you can work with your guides, right? And now in the energy now, it's very important to maybe open up that communication with your guides, okay? Things are, sometimes stressful, okay? There's a lot going on in the world right now, okay? There's a lot of energy, conflicting energy in the world right now. And if you're thinking, okay, well, I've got my family, I've got my friends, great. Who else can I rely on? Okay, because your guides are very discreet. Blah, 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 blah. Well, they do talk amongst themselves sometimes, but so you have a group of beings. They could be interdimensionals, they could be in spirit, they probably a mix of both, okay? Probably a mix of both. And they are here for your highest good, okay? So let me repeat that, okay? They are here for your highest good, okay? You chose them to work with you, okay? They did not choose you. It was an agreement. It's an agreement. They can choose not to work with somebody, but in general, they chose to work with you. And I think we talked about this last time, is that they don't necessarily have to be a close friend of yours in spirit. They could be somebody who is very good at their job. And so you chose them to work with you for their dedication or for whatever attributes they might have, right? So they are on your team now. Now, okay, so I'm going to talk about that later too. Remind me, please. Okay. So how do you connect with your guides? Okay, and a lot of people shut down when I say this. I know it. I can see it. Okay, they shut down because they're like, that's too much for me. I don't want to meditate. I don't really want to talk to my guides. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine, because that's your decision. It helps to meditate if you really want to get to know who your guides are, because you need to quiet your mind. You need to be still. You need to get in a neutral space, and that helps you talk to spirit. Okay, and higher frequency vibrations. Okay, and it will only, I will say, this will only do you good. Okay, but if you're not ready to go to that space, then let's look at some other opportunities for you. Okay, yep, got it. Okay, so, and that's the thing. Okay, your guides, your guides know what's going on with you, okay? They don't pry. No, they don't pry. But they do know what's going on, and they are getting information to you, okay? Some guides, well, sometimes it is frustrating for them because they're trying very hard. They're giving you all the signals that you asked for. They are telling, or they are communicating in ways that you asked them to communicate, but you're kind of going, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think, this seems like somebody's trying to reach me, but, it's crazy. It's crazy. If I tell somebody about this, they're going to think yeah, I'm nuts. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that's up to you as well. Okay. If you want to believe that. Okay. And yeah. But the guides, yeah, we're going to talk to some guides. Okay. But that could be your opportunity to listen. Okay. And you can tell it's a guide. Okay. Because it's going to be a higher a higher frequency feeling or idea. Yeah. Like I said, if it's something that seems awkward, or it seems dangerous, or it seems not to feel right, then say, okay, well, that doesn't feel right to me, and I'm going to not listen to that. You can do that. You can do that. Go with what feels high vibrational to you, and what feels comfortable, and what feels because you have a connection with your guides, even though you don't know it. All right. So if something's coming through that's not feeling comfortable, then that should be, well, not should or could, but it might be something you'd like to dismiss and say, that doesn't sound right. You go away. Yeah, I send you away. Something like that. And you can ask your guides to do that as well for you. Okay? Okay. So, yeah. So what are other, the gut feelings, if you're driving around and something tells you, oh, maybe you should take this turn, or a certain, well, when music comes on, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a guide, okay? A music tends to be something more emotional, and it could be a family member. It could be somebody who's passed on. It could be somebody who's living with you, who's just sending you a message saying, hey, I love this song, and it could come on. So it's things like that. So yeah, that's true. That's true. They're saying, remind the viewers how subtle guides are. Okay, spirit energy is subtle. I am a subtle energy. I am, in fact, a more subtle energy than most spirits. Okay, so it's not going to be something that's going to maybe knock you over the head. It's not going to be that potent. It's going to be subtle. So it's important to listen to subtle, what would you say, suggestions, or so that's why it's very good to meditate, to quiet the mind, to quiet your space, because it's subtle energy that will be approaching you, that will be communicating with you. Okay. What other, let's talk about just a few other ways that guides get through to you. Okay. Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. They're saying here, through your sleep. Okay. Through your sleep. Okay. When you're sleeping and you're resting and you're on the astral, your guides will be talking to you. You will be talking with your guides. Okay. Your meeting. That could be your meeting place. So you are talking with them. But so what we are stressing here, in a very, 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 very lightweight way, happy way, is that you have a team with you, who you can always rely on. Okay. So you are never alone, because your guides are always with you. You can always talk to them. Okay. You can always talk to them. They will be listening. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's just do like one more way of communicating with guides, and then we'll start talking to some guides here. Okay. So let's say this is day one for you, and you're like, okay, well, I want to try this. I want to give this a go. Okay. So just sit still. Try to get everything out of your mind. If you need to send it somewhere else, go ahead. Maybe ground your body, ground your spirit. Well, not the spirit. Well, you could, but ground the whole self. And okay, you could write it out too. You could do an automatic writing if you wanted to. You could tune into your guides. Ask your guides to come forward. Ask your guides to come around you. Okay. You can always envision a gold light coming, or a sun to cover you. And that's just for a little bit of protection. And yeah, you can ask to have your high frequency guides come and be around you. Okay, and then just see what you feel. They will. It's very subtle, very subtle. They could come around your space. And Diane feels that a lot when spirit energy comes around her. They could tingle. Yeah, they could tingle in your head. That's spirit energy. But yeah, sometimes you might feel a presence standing next to you or on one side of you versus another. Okay, that could be a clue. Okay, they could come in. You could see a figure. You could see a color, right? You could hear a name, right? Right. Ask for their name. That's really, and guides don't, no. Guides don't care what you call them. Okay. Usually it's more based on their personality. But if you get a name, go with it. Go with it. Okay. And maybe they'll send you some features. Now they could not be necessarily the features. Yeah. Guides usually give a human figure. Okay, sometimes if it's a pet guide, it could come as a pet, or it could present itself as a pet. Yeah, so it's all these things, okay? But it's going to take, maybe give yourself 15 minutes, okay? And just sit, yeah, no disturbances, no, yeah. You could put on some music that wouldn't be too disturbing. You could light some incense, you could light a candle, you know, all the stuff they tell you. But it's important to create that atmosphere, okay? Because it's a special space you're going into, okay? It's a space where you're communicating with spirit. And that's a special space, okay? That is a very special space. And it's very personal, okay? It's very personal for you. So it's important to make sure that you feel comfortable and safe, okay? Both of those are important, to feel comfortable and safe and not be disturbed if you can help it, okay? So just block out, shut the doors, whatever you need to do, okay? Send the family out to something else, okay? Yeah, okay, so then, yeah, so, and, you know, if you try it once and nothing happens, try it again, okay? It could take a week, it could take, yeah, I mean, you don't want to sit there for a month probably, but it depends. It depends on you and your guides, okay? It could take yeah, I mean, you should pick up something. You should pick up something fairly soon, but again, it's going to be subtle. So yeah, so expect that. Okay, yeah. So let's bring in some guides, okay? Yeah, we're going to ask some of your guides, viewer guides, to come forward, and then we also have extra special guest, Diane's guide, Richard, okay? So yeah, so yeah, let's see, they're coming. Yeah, we probably only have time for a few. Okay, here we go. Here's one, yeah, hello, please, yeah, please come forward. Yeah, so yeah, you are, okay, so yeah, you're very, showing very distinct features, okay, and you are presenting as a human figure, a female, a very long brown hair, a little slightly wavy, okay, what, Julie, which do you prefer? Hold on, Julie, okay, you prefer Julie, okay, yeah, interesting outfit. Well, very, okay, yeah. Your outfit's important to you, but you're kind of fading out too. Okay, can you bring more energy into this, please? Yeah, into this space. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're kind of fading out. Your energy's back and forth. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're in. Yeah, okay, you're adapting. Okay, Julie, so, yeah, you are the guide of one of our viewers, okay? Right. Yeah, because there's no time, so, yeah, this person could be watching, and then, okay, got it. Okay, so, it's kind of a guide clinic. That's what we're calling this show today, a guide clinic, because we want to ask your guides, okay, what are your challenges, okay, and what's working really well. Okay, so let's go with what's working really well with you and the person you're being a guide for. Oh, okay, so she's saying her, what do you want to call it? Okay, her friend, okay, her friend in the physical, okay. Yeah, so they're very open, okay? They are very open to receiving your information, right? So that's working very well, okay? She's saying that they're not at the point where they can have conversations with her, right? But they are open, they do know you exist, they don't know in particular who you are, right? Right. But they kind of feel, she's saying they've had some communications in the astral when the person has been sleeping. And it's more just energy exchange. But the person is aware that they do have spirit guides and that once in a while you have connected. Right. So that's working. So the communication is open. Right. Okay, so what are some challenges, or what's the biggest challenge you're finding? Oh, okay. So one of the biggest challenges is that though they are open, they're not really open. And, well, is it that they're choosing not to kind of, they're not trusting. Okay, so she's saying they're not trusting the information that's being given to them. Okay, yep. So they are very kind of suspicious. They're not, she's saying they're not especially well grounded. Okay, so that's something that you're trying to help them with. Okay, to be more grounded, to be more in current time. Okay, in current time. Okay, so is that the biggest challenge? Well, what else? Okay, so she's saying, okay, so she's saying one of the important aspects of this person's life in the physical, one of their goals was to be a better communicator, to be more emotionally involved with those around them. Okay, and she's saying they're not making too great a strides in that. Yep. So so Julie's saying her, that's kind of your number one goal was given to you, is to help this person when they came down in the physical to have better, So this person had gone through some previous past physical lives where they were very emotionally distant from those around them. They were very lonely. They didn't put effort in, and they didn't trust people. So you're saying that the trust issue is still there. Okay, so they're still having issues with trust. And that's what you're seeing when you and your other guides on the team are sending this person information. They're not really trusting it. Okay, now, and it's something that they're working through, right? This is something that they're working through. And so you are guides are very patient. Okay, let's just say that. Guides have all the patience in the world. If they didn't, they wouldn't take on this job. Right. Diane comments about this all the time, about how patient her guides are. Right. So that's pretty much a given. It's not to say that guides don't get frustrated or they don't roll their eyes sometimes. Right. Yeah. Because, but yeah. Okay. So that's okay. Great. Thank you, Julie. Let's go to, thank you very much. Yeah. Well, so we are hoping that your person, your physical person here, has heard this. Maybe they recognize themselves, and maybe they will open up. Now there's a name that they can communicate with, right? Maybe they will open up and work on trust, because your guides are there to help you. Okay, so Julie would like to see this person achieve their goals, to trust more and to be emotionally there for others in their lives, right? Or to be a support, which is what they wanted. So she is going to help. But does it matter to Julie necessarily? No. Not personally is what I'm saying, okay? They're not personally involved necessarily. They are there to do their jobs. Okay, so let's bring in one more. Yeah, Diane's nose itches. Okay, hold on. Oh, yep. Okay, hold on, I gotta get back in. Yeah, well, the body is a very, very, well, it wants its needs taken care of when it wants its needs taken care of. That's, and it will keep, talking more or less until you either ignore it or address what it wants. Okay, so let's go on. Yeah. Yes, can you please come forward? Oh, yeah. Woo! Whoa, that's an entrance. Okay, so yeah, they kind of floated in very, very, very quickly, almost like you were on a slide, but you weren't. Okay, now this is an interesting outfit. It's like a chimney, or the Artful Dodger / chimney sweep in Victorian times. Okay, Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so here, Frederick. Okay, okay, Frederick. Freddie. I can call you Freddie. Okay. Yes, hello, Freddie. How are you? You're doing well. Very jolly. Yes, you are very jolly. Okay, now is this a seasonal type of outfit, or do you hang out in this? You hang out in this. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Well, that's just who he is. Okay, so he's saying this has nothing to do with his guide job. This is just who he is. Okay, great. Okay, okay, great, great, great. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So one of our viewers, you are the guides. Yeah, you are a guide for one of our viewers. Okay, okay. So what? Let's start with what's really working for you guys. Okay, so this is another one. They're saying the person that they're working with is open. They do meditate. Okay, they do meditate. They are open to hearing what you have to say. They do listen to what they say. Yeah, so I mean, you don't have to listen to your guides. Okay, you don't have to. It's not like you have to. No, no, no. It's just they're usually, yeah, their suggestions or what they're telling you is pushing you towards what you said you wanted, right? So it's up to you. But you're saying they're very open and they do actually listen. They do hear what you were saying. It's not a one-on-one communication as such where you're having conversations with them, but they are taking your suggestions and kind of going with them and seeing how that works out for them, right? And seeing if that's reaching some of their goals, right? Right. Okay, so what's your biggest challenge as a guide? Okay, now in general, it could be with working with whoever you are working with, or just in general you found. Okay, so he is saying what? Yeah. No, oh, yeah. Can you just open up some communication? Yeah, a stronger communication. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he is saying the challenges. Okay, challenges that he's having with, yeah, this particular, or yeah. It's about the same. It's about the same. Okay, so yeah, it's. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so he's saying it's not that they don't hear you necessarily, and they are taking some suggestions. But is it that they're also okay? So he's saying they're veering off their course, okay, from what they wanted, which he's saying is fine, of course, which is fine. And and you are working. Okay, so yeah, yeah, Freddie likes to work more with, no, you're very open. You're very open to adapting. Right. But I'm trying to get what you're saying here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So this person has challenges. Okay. They feel like, yeah, okay, so it is self-esteem challenges. Okay, so they're finding that it's hard for them to do a lot of the things that they want to do because of this self-esteem issues. Okay, and yeah, and it's hard. So Freddie's saying it's hard. It's hard for him, even though they're not. Yeah, you're not trying to be personal about this necessarily, but it is hard sometimes. Okay, because being in spirit, being a guide, you see the wonders of everybody, okay? Not everyone in spirit sees that, but yeah, the majority do, or Freddie does, necessary. So he's working from a different viewpoint than the human you are helping, and he understands that. But it's a personal challenge to him, he is saying, that yeah, the self-esteem is stopping this person from doing so much in life. Stopping them from reaching some goals because they cannot get out there and do it, right? So he's saying it's important to realize that a lot of your goals are going to be maybe within yourself, but outside of yourself, okay? So in order to maybe reach some of your goals, you have to kind of push yourself a little bit, okay? Push yourself a little bit, get out there, okay? Because some of your goals are, like he's saying, outside of yourself. And you will need to connect with other people. You will need to connect with the earth. You will need to connect with other beings. Okay, in order to obtain those and to live a fulfilling life that you want to do. Okay, so you're saying personally, yeah, yeah. And no. Freddie's saying that doesn't affect his work at all, but he does wish that sometimes, yeah, so you're saying you wish that sometimes people would realize when they get to the physical how wonderful they are, how brilliant they are, and what it took to get them there is a big, 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 big step and a big creation that everyone here has created. So he would like to stress that start there and work your way up from there, okay, and expand from there. And don't go, try not to go the other direction, right? Try not to listen to things outside of yourself that are saying you're not worthy because of this, or this, okay? Yeah, no. Let that all go. Let that all go. And he's saying he realizes how hard that can be, because when you get down there, you don't have that. It's kind of a stigma, okay? Kind of a stigma. You don't have that when you get down there. You hold it onto your space. You hear something, you take it in, and you say, okay, I'm going to make that part of who I am. Okay, that doesn't mean you can't let it go again, right? Like, yeah, the self-esteem issues. Yeah. So he is working with his person in order to alleviate that, in order to have her get rid of some of that. It's kind of baggage. It's kind of baggage in a way. He's saying it's kind of baggage. Well, it's not her. It's not her. It's other energies she has taken on. And so he is trying to help her let go of it. Let go of it and be who she really wants to be. So that is your personal kind of struggle, because you're seeing her and everyone from a different viewpoint. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay. Yeah, we got a few minutes. Let's bring Richard in, because Richard's Diane's guide. Okay. Hey, Richard. Yep. Okay, yeah. Well, I know you well because we work together, okay? And Diane, well, she does. She does rely on you a lot, okay? And no, you don't want to rely. Yeah, she relies on you in the sense that she knows you're there and you communicate a lot with her, and she, and sometimes she misses what you say, and then she blames you for it, right? Yeah. He's saying yes. That's it. Why didn't you? And you always say the same thing back to her. It's like, I told you, you just didn't hear me, right? So, okay, so let's explain what you helped Diane with. Okay, so yeah, Diane kind of describes you as her, not every day, but everything guide. Okay, so Richard helps Diane with kind of, it's not, well, if Diane's leaving the house and she's forgotten something, okay, he'll pop it into her head, like, okay, you either say it by a word or you'll show her a picture, okay? And then, it saves her a lot of time, and she really, really, really appreciates this. And other things, that's kind of, your everyday kind of, just helping with everything, okay, everything. More human than spirit, you're saying, right. So kind of just, not getting through the day, that's not really, but just making her life easier, okay? Making her life easier by not having to do maybe a million things over and over again, or wasting time that she doesn't want to waste because she's forgotten to do something or take something somewhere, or forgot to get something, okay? So Richard's great at that. Richard's great. Richard's very calming. Okay, Richard's very, they have a long connection, you and Diane. Okay, So it's, and you laugh about it, okay? Let's say Diane forgot to do something, or she left something somewhere, okay? She'll call Richard and say, well, Richard, where were you? Or you forgot the keys or something like that. And Richard, you'll say, I told you, Diane, you were just, Diane gets too excited. And then that kind of blocks Richard out. Okay. So, so everyone has a guide like this. Yeah, that's what Richard's saying. Everyone has a guide like this who just helps you with kind of everyday things. Okay. They might seem mundane. They might seem minute. But you all have guides like that who help you with this. It's kind of your, but it's the guide that you sometimes rely the most upon. Okay, and that's another thing. Let's talk about that. Okay, so you don't want to like rely in the sense of you trust and you value what they're saying, and you know that they are always going to be there to help you. That type of, yeah, you rely upon. But you don't want to get to the point where you are expecting them to do the work for you, because they will not. No, no, no. Guides will not do your work for you. Okay, that's very, very, very important. Okay, so yeah, you could say, well, you can ask for their assistance to create something for you, but you cannot. You say, okay, well, okay, Richard, let's say, go out and do this, and I'll be a millionaire, or something like that. No, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. They are there to guide and assist. They are not there to do it for you, right? So that's, yeah. What? That's important, right? Okay, okay, Richard. Anything else? What? Yeah. Let's see. What's your biggest? Let's say struggle, not struggle, but maybe challenge. Yeah, working with Diane. Okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, Diane gets very, very excited about certain things, or she has to be somewhere and rush, 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 rush. And that's just Diane's personality. She's very, well, she's kind of hyper. Yeah, she's kind of hyper. She likes to be busy. She doesn't like to sit still. And so sometimes when she's in that kind of, it's not really agitation as much as just, it's a certain state that she often gets in because she likes to be busy and always doing something, right. And so sometimes he can't get the information through. And he laughs when she blames him for it, kind of, because it's just a joke between them. But yeah. But that's his biggest kind of challenge. And there's others, but that's just kind of the day-to-day. Diane has other guides who she works with for different things, and yeah, we don't have time. We don't have time to talk to them. No. Okay. So yeah, so if you wanted to tune into one guide in particular, the role that Richard's playing for Diane might be a good guide, because this is your everyday. Well, I'm saying every day. It's every. Yeah, it's kind of every day. Okay, the guide who really, really helps you with those type of things. Okay, so that would be a good guide to connect with. Okay, so you could ask your guides to maybe have that guide come forward first. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, thank you, Richard. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Yeah, he's saying today's not going so bad for, okay, great. Okay, thanks very much. Okay, I'd like to thank all the guides who came forward to talk to us on the show today. And I do hope that this has helped anyone out there who had questions about how to work with their guides, what their guides do, and how to communicate going forward with them. Yeah. What do you think about the show today? It was good? It was good? What do you guys think? Yeah? They like it. Okay, so this is Marc signing off for this week, and we'll be around soon. Okay? Okay. That's it.